press. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor in a bathroom door don't lie. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the party's mixed, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's pantless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the seat and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 101 of Phired Up. I'm Mike Giletto. Joining me as always, Dom Console. Dom, what's going on, dude?
What's going on?
Not much. Listen, the Phillies are still looking for their first win of the season. We'll talk about all that. We also have on baby watch at this point, Chris Lucia. Chris, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man, we're counting down the last couple of days down till the baby comes. If you hear my wife screaming, I probably just have to close out real quick. All right, guys. Just
I was
think I would be
hoping
able to finish the show.
I was hoping it was gonna come last Wednesday, but we
For
could have
your
shared
birthday?
birthday. Yeah.
That's right. That is one thing. Last week's show was so chaotic and hectic with the 100th episode. I meant to wish you a happy birthday, so I'll do it now. Happy belated, Dom.
Thank you. You both reached out to me, so that's all that matters on the actual day. So
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate it.
Before we get into everything, I do got to tell everybody about our sponsor. Manscaped is here with a deal you can't pass over this Easter season. See what I did there? They've got the tools to give you the beautifully decorated eggs of your dreams. Just because it's Easter doesn't mean it's okay to hide those bad boys behind all that tall grass, so make sure your downstairs lawn is mowed. Get yourself feeling as sweet as candy by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off plus free shipping with the code Phired Up. It's time to put all your eggs into the perfect basket with the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. Inside this ball care bunny basket, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is an elite electric trimmer. It has a proprietary advanced skin-safe technology that is designed to trim hair on loose skin. The Lawnmower 4.0 is also waterproof and equipped with an LED light so you can keep eyes on those eggs even in the dark. The Easter Bunny dropped off an extra special gift with the Performance Package by adding the upgraded Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs on those delicate nose and ear holes. This package also comes with their Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a ball deodorant that can change your life. April is Easter, but it's also Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detections. Manscaped is committed to raising... I'm dropping shit left and right here. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of their We Save Balls initiative. So save 20% off and free shipping with the code Phired Up at Manscaped.com. It's 20% off and free shipping with the code Phired Up at Manscaped.com. Hop into the best deal of the year with Manscaped.
Can I just say today, Junior?
Dude, my area is way too cluttered over here, and as I'm in the middle of trying to read that,
Dude, Mike, in the middle of it, all I
shit.
heard was I literally heard my balls dropped. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe, I would have thought by 3 kids by now, possibly, but
hey, man, I mean, different time for everybody, I guess.
Just say testicular 3 times fast.
Dude, it's a tongue twister, all right?
I know.
In more ways than one. Such a bad joke. But we'll get into. Listen, Kylie's checking in here. She hates the Phillies. I think we're all kind of frustrated, I guess, at the opening season. Obviously, you get swept by the Rangers in a very frustrating series. I know they're losing tonight pretty big to the Yankees. I want to remind everybody, baseball is 162 games.
Yes.
This team doesn't suck. There's a lot of time left. If people remember last season, there were some bad stretches, awful stretches.
They
think
didn't,
Their coach was fired 20 or 40 games into
didn't
the
get
season.
going until June.
Right.
Yeah, I think the problem is everybody just remembers from end of September on, and they just expect it to be this way. Like, I think somebody said it today on the radio. Like, it is 90. The season is like 1.2% completed. Like, it's still 98.8% that still to get done.
Right, and as bad as this little stretch is, and it looks like they're going to lose four, their first four tonight. They're just as capable come June or July of rattling 5 or 6 off in a row. Like it'll balance out at some point. It has to.
It's a game of streaks.
100%. And I think what we're seeing, at least early on, is how much this lineup is going to struggle or going to miss Rhys Hoskins' bat, especially against lefties. Dom, go ahead.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but yes, he gave you power, but he also hit like 240.
Sure. But when you're looking at the lineups against the lefties that they put out so far, it's missing serious pop, and Rhys had that. Now,
Sure.
Granted, yeah, he was never a 300 hitter, and he went through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I get that. He was very inconsistent, but they missed that pop, I think. Especially, and it's even more so when Bryce isn't there, right? If Bryce is there, then that's obviously another bat, MVP caliber bat, and the fact that both of those guys are out of the lineup, you're seeing just how much they miss those bats.
I also think, Mike, like, the bullpen is not, like, didn't start off really good at all.
No.
I was going to say, my thing is, yes, of course they're missing pop and power and stuff like that. We're 4 games into the season. I mean, I think there are so many other things right now that I'm more concerned about, being pitching, fielding, base running. Like I don't know if that's just the product of it's the 4th game of the season and it's something to get used to. But like look at Trey Turner. Like Trey Turner, I love Trey Turner, but it's 4 games in the season. He's made some under average, below average plays on defense. I know he of the 4 shortstops in free agency, he was probably the least athletic defensively, or the least best defensively.
I think he's serviceable.
He's very good. No, he's good.
Yeah.
But he's made 3 or 4 or 5 questionable plays that I thought Trey Turner makes that play. Like, aside from that, I mean, there were some. There's a cat. There's been. Dude, she just getting ready to pass out. So there have been some positives. I think Castellanos has been pretty okay at the plate. I think Turner's been good at the plate. I think Marsh has been really good at the plate. His defense tonight.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that play?
I didn't see it. I heard about it.
It was terrible. Yeah. I make that play. And
even on your torn meniscus or whatever.
Even that small tear.
Yeah, your bruise on your leg.
Well, you know what's crazy that I was thinking of, like, not until I was like heard somebody say it today. How much did they miss not having JT at camp with these pitchers while he was away with the World Baseball Classic? I'm not making that an excuse because they're professionals, but
no, I do think that.
chemistry.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, especially with the revamping of the bullpen, where like the starters are pretty much the same. I know you add Taijuan Walker, but like the relationship between a pitcher and catcher is so important. And there might be some truth to that. I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah, but like he was gone for like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, they had him midway through February up until March 9th.
Yeah, but you gotta. I guess what I'm thinking too, Dom. Maybe like you didn't have Stubbs either. Like Stubbs was in the World Baseball Classic. Like you didn't really have any great catcher there. I don't know. I heard it tonight. I was like, oh,
but also too, like he's supposed to be the best catcher in baseball. Like I don't know, like overcome that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just it's 4 games. I'm not saying there are no excuses, but like Schwarber's been horrible these 4 games. Like swinging at bullshit. Like
Well, to be fair, I said it last year. He's the worst 45 home run hitter in the history of the sport.
46.
For whatever, like he's gonna hit his home runs. They're gonna come.
Sure.
But like he's not a great hitter.
I don't know. I think I'd have to really look at his like numbers like career wise. I just like he's just it's between swinging at bad pitches and he's just missing the ball. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like
Yeah.
He did hit a shot yesterday. I think it was the guy taken from over the fence last night. I think that was.
Yep.
Hey, all right. How awful was Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez?
I didn't watch a second of it.
Mike, did you watch it?
Yeah, but like I don't. It's funny. I can tune out the announcers so easily. I barely pay attention to them.
So bad.
Well, I know A-Rod's Dom's like favorite person ever. I know that.
Love him.
They had at one point.
That's why I didn't watch it.
They had Michael Rubin on at one point with Meek Mill.
I saw of that. I didn't see it at that point, but I did. I did
Anthony Gargano was on.
Why? Why?
He actually was on for the last 3 outs of the game.
I didn't see that. I'm so happy I didn't.
Yep. Larry Boa was on. It was.
I think they had Pudge too. Pudge Rodriguez
Pudge
too.
was on.
Are they?
It was bad.
So I guess they're trying to go in the same route of like the Manning cast for
Yes.
football, basically.
They called it the K-Rod show.
Okay, that's dumb. I don't know.
And they also did this really. I mean, I just don't like it. They did a take like you did it from the umpire cam. They did a lot of the show from the umpire's point of view.
Yeah,
I do like that. I do like that camera. I don't like it too much, but like I like it occasionally to kind of see the batter's eye almost. I don't hate it. But here's where the Manning cast, at least it works because both Manning brothers are very charismatic and very likable people. A-Rod is the farthest thing from likable.
yeah, I know.
So it just doesn't really work the same way.
And Michael K's fine. Like I don't like people, especially in the city, crushed him because he called the St. Louis like the wild card series. They both did. And the people were really upset with him. I think he's a fine announcer. I just don't like the other side of it.
Right.
Yeah. I did not. I if you guys get a chance next week to watch it, just for like 10 minutes, it was not good.
Well, speaking of watching it next week, I have not watched this much baseball in like the last 4 days than I have like in years.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is he getting the call?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
No. Jumped up like your wife went into labor.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was the call there. I heard a phone call off at some point. I was like, it's happening. But speaking of the broadcast, I know there are a lot of things on Twitter that I saw. How do you guys feel about, and they did a lot last year, but how do you guys feel about interviewing players in mid-game? Like the Trey Turner interview while he's in the field playing shortstop.
I think I'd like it. All right, so let's compare it to what's it, the XFL or whatever it is when they come off the field.
Yeah.
And,
The guys can't breathe
on the one. Yeah, and they interview the quarterback. Oh, how was throwing that pick six on the one?
That was great. Yeah.
Compared to that, I like this better. Especially if they do it early on, like the third inning. I think that's when they did Turner, the third or fourth inning. I like it better then because you still have a whole game. These guys aren't upset about the inning before, so I kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I saw a lot of people shitting on it though.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, you should be able to talk and field a ball. Like,
right. Did you see any? Did you see any of the Bryce Harper quotes or listen to it when he was on?
Yep.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so they asked him a bunch of stuff. He was in during the one of the innings. I forget which inning it was, but they asked him about the new rules, and he said something along the lines of like, "We got to work with them basically, and listen, us players are basically just trying to get our game back." But meaning it sounds like he doesn't like the rules at all. And then they followed up a couple minutes after that saying, what did you mean by you guys want your game back? And he basically said, I don't know what you're talking. I didn't say that. Did I say that? I didn't say it. He like deflected. Like he didn't want to continue going down that. Yeah, he didn't want to go down that path at all. It was intriguing to see like the players point of view to that, because like I really haven't heard much of the players talking about the rules. All they say is, "Oh, it's an adjustment. We'll have to get used to it." But it's interesting that like former MVP is going against it this hard.
I think that he's going to be somebody who will struggle with that.
Struggle with what, the new rule?
Yeah. I think because he does take a while. He does that little dance before he gets in the box.
And especially because he didn't have a spring to practice it.
Well, that's the one encouraging thing I think he had said was, it's when I start to hit, it's we're not just going to practice hitting. We're going to practice with this pitch clock and obviously in game it's going to be a little different. It's going to be an adjustment still, but at least they're thinking about practicing that. Did you see what Rob Thompson said? I think it was the inning before.
No,
I think he was on.
He might have been. I'm not sure. I was tuning in and out of the game.
So apparently he said to them that starting on Thursday when they come back to Philadelphia for the home opener, there's a chance that he could possibly get in the batting cage and then very soon have a minor league stint, like quicker than they thought.
Okay, so what's today's date? April 3rd. Over under. Oh, does he play a game before May 1st?
I was gonna say May 1 is definitely the over under. I'm gonna go over.
So after that date,
but it might be May 2nd. Like
like a minor league game, right?
I'm gonna say with the Phillies. With the Phillies, plays in a Phillies uniform. Over. Okay.
Yeah.
He's progressing way quicker than I think anybody imagined.
But they kind of did mention that to him, and he said he still kind of took it back and said, like, let's take a step back. We're still going to do everything we need to do to make sure we're not going to rush anything. We're going to make sure that everything is 100% before we rush anything. So I think there's a chance by the end of last week of April, probably he could be in the minors. That's my like hope, I guess.
Yeah.
And then after May 1st, whether it's May 2nd, May 10th, May 15th, whatever it is, Memorial Day weekend, I think he's in a Phillies uniform.
The other question I had is, obviously none of us are doctors. I don't think we're not LeBron, right? None of us are doctors. Right.
Let my man live.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I have to mention him basically every episode at this point. It's actually been a while since we mentioned him, but we're not doctors, obviously. Is there any concern that they're like rushing him back too quickly?
Well, I mean, of course, there's that concern, but I don't know, man. If he's healthy, you play him. Like if he's 100%, you play him. I mean. The water in the city, apparently, well, we're not going to make a water joke.
Yeah, seriously.
I usually make that water joke because every fucking athlete in this city is always hurt. And I always make the joke that the water in this city, but now for real.
Now it's true.
In this city.
Is the water fixed yet? What happened to that? What's the deal with that?
I don't know.
They say it is.
Yeah, I've had a few headaches after drinking it.
Yeah. Grow any third nipples?
Yeah, I started peeing paint.
Yeah. Got this weird rash on my back.
Yeah. A follow-up question to Bryce Harper. Does he play a single game in right field this year?
I think it's possible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's possible, yeah. Obviously, he's going to come back as a DH at start, but I'm saying September, October, heading into hopefully the playoffs. Does he play right field at all?
Probably later if you can. Yeah, I think later in the season. Don't rush him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Kind of let him rehab back into it. I mean, he doesn't have to throw. Don't make him.
Right. I think he's got to be 100% to be able to play, like 100% in that whatever he's got to do to be 100% play the field. I think they won't rush him until he's 100%.
Now this is a conversation for way down the line. But say he does come back and does play right field, who's your DH? Because at first, Schwarber. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Castellanos and left. Okay, that makes sense.
I think they go Castellanos DH.
Really?
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I think there's. You think there's a possibility? All right, so when I read or I watched the video maybe like a month or two ago about Nick Castellanos and how the Phillies were able to get him to play decent defense compared to when he played in Chicago or Cincinnati. They basically put him in a spot in right center field to where, because he's analytics is, he's better at running forward to the ball than he is to running backwards. So what they did was they said, all right, and he's better running to his left than he is to his right. Go figure. So what they did was they shift him a little bit over. That way it's easier for him to run forward and to the left. My thought is there a possibility Harper plays left maybe? And they keep Castellanos out and right?
That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he could stop doing that. I don't think that's anything against Harper. I think Harper could play both corner infields.
Yep,
outfield.
I agree.
He's probably the best center fielder too.
Probably.
Harper, yeah. Probably. I mean, we're hopeful that Marsh is that or becomes that, but it's kind of been up. And his bat's been fine, but defensively,
His bat's been great.
Yeah, defensively, we're still kind of like he was touted as this really great center fielder defensively, and so far it's kind of been a little rocky.
And that's the thing is, like, I don't even need him to be great either. I just need him to be good.
No, but
One
thing that I need to stop happening, to never happen again, is Christian Pache to ever swing a bat again.
Is it possible to just get him to play defense and just not? Not that he's much better either. I think he's a little overrated too.
Instead of DH, can we have a DF, designated fielder? Just have him in center field and have Marsh bat for him.
He might be better than Marsh. I haven't watched enough of him, but he's not much better. Like he's not like some great center fielder either. Because if he was, he'd be playing every day. I don't care how bad his bat is.
His bat is
it's terrible.
Awful.
But I'm just saying, like there are guys that Kevin Kiermaier, who was never a good hitter, but arguably a top 5, top 3 defensive center fielder, he plays every day because he's a great center fielder.
Right.
Aaron Rowan.
Aaron Rowan could hit a little bit.
I was going to say, Rowan at least had a little bit of a bat. Well, we didn't really talk about it much last week because the show was kind of crazy. The Rhys Hoskins injury, obviously. I guess the replacement of what we think they should do. So far, it's kind of been a mixed bag. Either Derek Hall or I think didn't Bohm get a game there. What's the solution long term?
I think they're just going to continue to platoon even when Harper comes back. I don't think Harper's going to play first or anything, but I think they're going to continue to platoon everybody. Obviously when Harper comes back and plays and is the DH, they're not going to platoon the DH much, but I just think you're going to see Bohm play first, then play third. Yeah. You're going to see a lot of different people. I don't think Schwarber's too crazy about playing first. I know Castellanos actually did some work in spring training and told them I'll play first base.
Get me out of that outfield so I don't have to make those sliding catches.
He might be actually.
But at the same time, like he's been playing outfield for a while and stinks at that. So like, are we really going to put him in a brand new position and see how he does?
Let's be honest, right? First base, most of the times you're just waiting for the ball to come to you. Like it's I played first.
No, but we say that and that's fine. But like we got really annoyed with Rhys a lot of times because of his defense over there.
Also, too, Castellanos came up his first 8 years played third base.
Yeah.
So third base is far different than first base.
It's a lot harder.
Yeah, harder.
Third, yeah. I thought you meant first base was a lot harder. No, I agree. Third base is a lot harder.
The easiest position.
Right. In the infield. No, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Trying to look right now because my next talking point was going to be Bryson Stott. And I can't find his splits from last year. I was getting to it, but I don't love and we can talk about the Rob Thompson's decision so far early this year, the 4 games in, but like he really doesn't like to go to him against lefties all that often. But like last year, I'm trying to find it. His splits weren't that crazy against lefties. He can hit lefties. I want Bryson Stott to get as much playing time as possible.
He did play tonight.
Did he?
Yeah,
Maybe it was last.
they
Maybe it was
put him in.
last night.
No. He wasn't supposed to play today.
Oh, okay, that's what I saw.
And like an hour before the game, Josh Harrison hurt his ankle, so they threw him in.
Okay, then, I mean, the point still stands that he wasn't in the lineup originally. I want him to get as much playing time as possible.
Yeah, I like him. I like how he may strike out, but he's gonna like fight to get struck out. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna have a 8-9 pitch at bat, even if he does strike out or line out or whatever. He's still making the guy work.
Going back to those splits really quick. I was going back to those splits real quick. Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure he hit like 280 against lefties. And
so I have it up. Against righties, he hit 226. Against lefties last year, 263. He was better against lefties than he was righties.
I thought it was more
obviously smaller sample size, but it's still 99 at bats, 263. So I don't know. I want to see him get more playing time.
I think maybe tonight was the idea that we want to play Marsh because of how bad Pache was.
Sure.
That they have Schwarber in the lineup. They had a lot of lefties in the lineup tonight. So I don't know. Maybe that's just the idea. But that's the thing is that's your team. Like you're gonna have lefties in the lineup. It is what it is.
Yep. And that kind of goes right into Rob Thompson a little bit. It's one of the weird things where I know we said it a lot during the World Series run, is he made a lot of decisions that I really disagreed with. That just all of them happened to pan out and work out. So far early on, he's made a couple of questionable decisions that haven't worked out. And I'm curious if we think it's going to get back on track at some point. His decisions are going to work out and just kind of a law of averages and balances, or if you think they're in trouble because of who their manager is.
I don't think they're in trouble because
yeah.
I think Thompson's been in the game long enough. I think like you said, law of averages. It's gonna eventually even itself out. I just hope like in the meantime he doesn't like kill people's morale. Like he leaves some of those pitchers in there way too early. Who am I thinking about on?
He faltered. It was 5 1/3.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking of. The only argument I have against that is we shit on him really hard, and maybe not we, but the fan base really hard when you look back at the World Series game when he pulled Wheeler. And people thought, he leave him in there, and now he's thinking, well, if I leave a guy in there, I'm gonna get crushed anyway. Like it's a very fine line because if he does leave him in another batter or two, and he gets hit around, then the word is, oh, well, you left him in there too long. I just think managing is a very fine line when it comes to results.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it's there's going to be times where it works and it doesn't work, and that's every single manager in the league. But I did read something today that said like maybe this is why Rob Thompson never had a job, like never was a manager, like because of his decision making. I don't know what along those lines, but I agree. I think it's way too early to sit here and kind of nitpick too much. Let's see when May, June, July rolls around, and his decisions just aren't paying off. Then we can kind of make that decision. I think. Yeah,
I mean, they're really banged up right now, right? And it sucks to start the year that way. Obviously, lose Hoskins probably for the season. He's not coming back. Yeah, well, if we make another World Series, we'll talk. Maybe he's back in time by then, or deep in the playoffs, whatever. But so he's obviously going for the regular season. Harper comes back. Whoa, boom! Just took one up and in, very close. And then so Harper comes back. Hopefully, it'll be May. You're still without Suarez. Who knows what Painter's gonna do if he even comes up when he gets it. But by the time when they get healthy, I think this team will win games. I just think it looks bleak right now. They're winless through the first. Looks like 4. I just think everybody should calm down.
I agree.
Agreed. Can we talk about Bohm really quick?
Go ahead.
If this kid can somehow figure out how to hit 30, 35 homers, I mean, my goodness. And continue to play
and
at least decent defense.
And move the first base.
Well, who are you going to put at third?
I'm not saying maybe next year, Don.
Do you want him to move to first base?
If he can hit 30 to 35 homers, Absolutely.
So I think we saw enough of his glove at third last year, and he's young. I think he get even better. I want him
think
to be a
he's
third
decent.
baseman.
Yeah,
I
but
think
what-
he's decent. But if you can go out and get like a legit third, like a good
Yeah.
third baseman,
Oh,
I'll
sure.
slide him right over. And if he can hit 30 to 35.
Wouldn't it be better to say, hey, Alex, you don't have to worry about like fielding anymore. You just are
Yeah.
going to focus on the batting cage all the time.
Yeah.
Sign me up
It's-
for that.
Yeah. I have to see
But-
who else is out there and who they put at third.
But that
Stop.
all matters with that all it all comes together if he could pop. Get some pop.
Yep. And I mean, we saw was it the game one he hit the home run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game one.
Oppo Field.
Yeah, and he hasn't hit one since. It's 4 games, whatever.
Well,
so-
he went 3 for 4 today. He's 3 for
Yep.
4 today.
Yep. But
That's what I'm saying. Like
I was
if
talking
he
about the
could
home runs, but
find
yeah.
some pop, man, this kid just hits the ball all over the place. Like I've been saying, I want to see him pull it a little bit more, and I want more pop. But like, can't complain too much other than that. I mean, if he could really start hitting homers, watch out.
Can we complain about somebody?
Go ahead.
The number 1 ace for the Phillies. Can we complain about Aaron Nola?
Yeah, I was gonna say which one.
The ace. The guy that you want to hear something crazy about Aaron Nola that I
Uh-oh.
heard? When he has 0 to 3 runs of run support, his ERA is 3.38. When he goes 4 to 5, 3.24. When he has over 5 runs of run support, you know what his ERA is?
Oh gosh,
This is scary.
5.82.
Wow.
That guy does not like to pitch with leads.
that is so fucking frustrating. You know why? And it's because I've said it in the group chat. This guy, the first time around the order is unbelievable. And then the second, third time, he doesn't change anything up. He throws the same bullshit over the plate and gets knocked around. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's
That's been
weird.
his problem his whole career.
It's weird because I think Aaron Nola is a damn good pitcher. Is he an ace? I don't believe he is, but I think he's a damn good pitcher, and I think they should pay him because I think the team is
Well, it
better.
depends, I think.
It depends on what the price
With the
I
money.
guess.
I would be okay with paying him, but not too much. I don't want to pay him too much.
I don't want to pay him ace money. No, I don't want to pay him ace money, but something
But I think
like,
that's what he's looking for, right?
That is definitely what he's
I
looking
mean,
for.
it's what he's looking for, but you know, you don't always get what you want.
But there's another team that's going to give it to him. There's
Yeah.
31 other teams that are that.
But here's the I think the Phillies are better with him than without him. But it is incredibly frustrating how wildly inconsistent he is. He either looks like Cy Young in his prime, or I don't know, give me any mediocre Phillies pitcher that had been here the last decade.
Randy Wolf.
He looks
Brett
worse
Meyer.
than that at times. Like, yeah, I mean, it's such a insane. Like, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but it's just crazy inconsistency.
It's kind of like the Jake Elliott effect, where it's like 40 yards and in. You know, it's same thing with Aaron Nola. It's like 3 runs. We'll stop scoring.
Yeah.
That is wild. That's wild.
It won't run the 30-yard line. We'll take a couple penalties. We'll move back to the 45.
Yeah.
We'll nail it. Yeah, he'll nail it.
Yeah, take a couple delay game penalties. Yeah,
Aaron Nola, Jake Elliott effect.
yeah,
It's crazy.
Well,
but-
is it? I mean, he bet on himself, right? So, Mike, if he asked for like 4 years, 110 million.
Well, what did they give Walker?
That's cheap, actually.
What did they give
Think
Walker?
so? That's
Yeah.
almost 30 million a year.
I'm trying to look. I forget what they gave Walker.
But Walker's a 4.
I understand that. But
And
I'm
I
not-
think what was it, 70 million?
4 years, 72 million.
Okay.
So he would get more than that because I do think he's a solid 2. I don't think he's an ace. Maybe he wants ace money. If somebody's willing to pay him ace money, it's like, yeah, unfortunately you're gonna have to walk because I don't think he deserves that. But you give him 4 years, 100 million. I think that's probably fine.
You would take that?
90 million, maybe. Hundreds tough, but like in between the 90 to 100 million range for 4 years, I think I would take that. Yeah, because like take Nola out of the rotation. It's very, very, very thin. And I know we're high on Painter, we're high on McGarry, we're high on Abel, but they're all
That's-
lottery tickets.
Yeah, they have to pan out.
Exactly. Like after, like, if you remove Nola from that, pitching's incredibly thin.
I heard something today. Do you know that statistically wise, Aaron Nola is a top 10 Phillies pitcher of all time?
Well, he's been
That
here
just
for a
goes
while.
show you how bad.
the Phillies
how
did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like number 1 and 2 are probably what, Carlton, and then like Hamels. Like
Number 2, I think it's like Grover
Robin Roberts.
or yeah.
Like it's
Holiday, Lee,
Yeah.
Hamels.
and Halliday was only here for like 3 years.
Yeah.
If that. Like
The best
Yeah,
like it's dude, it's every position though. Like the best outfielder that was homegrown was like Pat Burrell. And Pat Burrell was a very good player, but like come on. We've been around for 120 years.
right, exactly. Like it's that's what you talk about. Like best homegrown Phillies. Like who do you have? Rollins and Howard,
Schmidt.
Schmidt. Yeah.
Burrell.
But like it falls
Utley.
off.
Utley.
It falls off quick. I mean, it's not their forte.
No, they don't. Yeah, they go spend the money.
Exactly. Which it can work, but I don't know. I think there's got to be some sort of balance there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which
I mean,
is why
look, how many people failed?
failed in terms of
Who was I talking to the other day? As far as like Cody Ashe was supposed to be the next up.
Dominic Brown.
Dominic
Brown's a big
Brown,
one,
Michael
yeah.
Franco, even
JP Crawford.
Crawford. Who was the kid? Nick Williams.
Yeah.
There was it
Well, they
Aaron
didn't
Altair or
make
something like
Aaron
that?
Altair.
Yeah.
Who was
What
the
about
other-
what about what's his name? The second baseman that never came up. Rudolph, Randolph,
Yeah,
whatever his name.
Cornelius Randolph.
Yeah. He was supposed to be really good.
Yeah, and who's the other dude?
Emphasis on supposed to.
He played outfield. I feel like a couple years ago, 2 years ago.
They traded him to the White Sox.
Yes. Yeah.
Adam Hazley.
Yeah, Hazley.
Hazley,
He was
yeah.
like a top.
Yeah,
pick.
he was the next Brian Giles.
Yeah, they have no luck at like developing players.
He'll give you 15 homers, 85 RBIs, but he'll hit 310
Yeah.
and play great defense.
Yeah.
Fucking stinks.
All right. You guys got anything else to talk about Phillies wise? I guess the only exciting thing is home opener Thursday. I guess the only thing we have to look forward to.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, true.
Not that that matters.
Cincinnati won tonight, 7-6.
Not that it matters.
No,
Yeah.
No, but good to see the new scoreboard. That'll be nice.
Yeah, the third largest scoreboard in baseball.
Yep. So, all right. We can move on. What else has we talk about? There really isn't much in the news across the other sports. The Sixers, pretty much, not locked into the 3. But that's pretty much what they're going to be, right? Heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, they have a chance to get to 1, I believe. But like it feels like they are like complacent with the 3. So I don't know.
Milwaukee to be the 1 and not Boston be the 1. Like I'd rather us have to then go at Milwaukee, not Boston.
Right.
I don't want Boston at all.
See, I don't think there's one really, really good team in the NBA.
No.
So,
Can I go on an NBA rant?
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I don't know. I might have talked about it on here, or if somebody off doing the show or whatever. But like, I couldn't give a fuck less who wins the MVP award. I know the MVP, the Joel Embiid, and the whole thing is like, oh, who's the MVP? What other sports do we talk about the MVP award from game 1 to the final game of the year?
That is true.
You worry about it after the season, after the playoffs, when a champion is crowned or close to it, you're in the play, whatever. After the season, then you have that debate. You don't talk about MVP through the entire fucking season.
yeah, I agree with that.
That is true.
I think it's because 2 years ago he could have won,
Sure.
just didn't have enough games. Last year he should have won, and then now to me, especially to me, it's like I don't give a shit anymore because I don't think they're ever going to give it to him, even if he does deserve it or doesn't, whatever. I won a championship, so
That's exactly, and that's part of my point. Is I
Right.
couldn't care less who wins the MVP award. That's not important. Win the championship, then people will respect your game, and you'll have something to kind of hang your hat on, so to speak. And that's what you play for. You play to win a championship.
Here's the thing too. I think it's more important to win a Finals MVP than it is
Totally,
MVP.
totally.
And also, I think that we're seeing it a lot because it's between the three of them. It's between Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic, and it's so funny how, listen, both guys all three guys are great players. It's so funny how like when people talk about Jokic being the MVP, it's the two fan bases kill the guy.
Dude,
And then when
argument the other day, yeah, yep.
what'd you say?
I literally heard this argument the other day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then you talk about Giannis being the MVP, and the two fan bases kill that fan base or that player, and then they talk about Embiid, and it's the same thing. It's like I understand it's the trash talk, it's the competition. You want to see your guy win it. I think that there are faults in the other two games. That Embiid is a better all around player than those two guys. I think last year really hurt. That was my thing. Last year really hurt, and knowing that he didn't win it last year tells me that he will never win it ever,
Sure.
or could really never win it. He might win it this year. I don't know. I don't think so, but
I hate the whole like, oh, what else do I got to do? Go win the NBA championship.
Right.
Go do that. That's what else you have to do. Like,
I'm just tired of the crying. Just go out there and play. I couldn't care less about the MVP award. I really couldn't.
But I know both guys, the other two guys have two MVPs, but I also kind of feel like they're kind of like that too, though. Like they kind of bitch about shit too. Like Giannis, it's so important. His legacy is so important, and all their legacies are important. That's just the nature of the sport. But like,
It's a very selfish sport.
of course. But I don't know. I feel as though that Embiid is might be past. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I feel that Embiid might be past the idea. Like, I think he has come to the conclusion that they're never going to give it to me. So, if it didn't happen last year, it's never going to happen. Last year he was the first center to average to lead the league in average since Shaq.
Yep.
Shaq is an all-time great. Like, I mean, what else? What more does this guy have to do? Look at Jokic, right? Jokic averages 10 assists a game or whatever it is. 7 of them are on handoffs. We're talking about this guy that I just read a stat the other day, and again, I'm not trying to shit on the guy because I think he's a very good player. I think he's overrated, but I think he's a very good player. Here, I have this crazy stat right here. It says Nikola Jokic is giving up more points when trying to defend layups than any player in the history of the player tracking era since 2013. And I texted that to somebody, and I said, really shows the league doesn't give a shit about defense.
Yep.
So, no, and they got 140 points being scored every night, or give or take.
That's not true.
I know it's hyperbole. I get it. It's not necessarily 140 every night, but yeah, it's an offensive league. That's all they care about. Like, no, totally. I agree with that 100%.
Oh my God, Devers just made an unbelievable, terrible catch.
You're not even watching the Phillies.
Nah, I'm watching Boston.
But listen,
he just made this catch so much harder than he needed to.
But listen, I get it. He feels disrespected. But you know how to get the league to respect you? Come playoff time, put your cock and balls over the face of the NBA and dominate the playoffs and win a goddamn championship. You win a championship, people will respect you.
But I think the last 2 years it was him bitching and moaning that I didn't win an MVP. I'm not seeing that this year personally. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. But I don't see him coming out after a game on Tuesday night. Why am I not respected? Why am I not respected?
And maybe it's not him. I think it's the fan base as a whole and the media. And
sure.
That's all I hear about is MVP.
I will
that's all I hear about.
But I will absolutely agree with the fact that the last 2 years he did bitch about it all the time. Like,
yeah.
This year I'm not really seeing that. But like that's the thing. It's like the league is kind of shitty. Like the league is shitty. Like it that's all they have to talk about right now because there's no great team.
Yep.
There really isn't.
No.
I think it actually makes it better though when it's like this, when there's not dominant.
I think there's pros and cons. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's pros
Like,
and cons.
you guys know I'm not like the biggest basketball fan, but I think it's far more entertaining knowing there's much more parity now than like, it was for 10 years straight or damn close to it. It was like, all right, heading into the season back in September, you'd be like, all right, it's the Golden State Warriors and whatever team LeBron's on.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing to it. That was it.
Did you either of you guys watch the Iowa LSU game yesterday, the women's college basketball?
I did
I
not.
in and out.
Yeah, I did not watch
It was
it.
a good game.
It was a great game.
So that's what I heard.
They said, I think I saw a stat today, 16 million people tuned in.
Yeah.
I think it was like the number
Really
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good storyline like going into. I think like whatever they did, they focused in on it.
Listen, so both those girls are coming back, Reese and Clark.
The story's getting way overblown, in my opinion.
I agree. We could get into it, but
Yeah, go for it.
I think there is they would be so stupid to not force this next year, like
Yep.
an LSU
Oh, yeah.
even in the tournament, Iowa versus LSU. It would be the smartest thing in the world to just push this game next year.
Yep.
Hey, this girl Clark, both are great players, but this girl Clark, man, she's hitting like 30-footers, 40-footers, like
Yep.
no other woman is doing that. Like
No.
She broke the tournament record too
Yeah.
from most threes in the tournament.
dude, I think Magic tweeted out. What did he tweet out? Something that him, Larry Bird, and LeBron and or maybe LeBron did do it, but Jordan never had a 42 point performance. I'm kind of coming off the top of my head here. What did he say?
I'll look it up for you. I'm not sure.
Dude, I just love the whole like you can't see me thing, and then like.
I mean, yeah, I love the trash talk. I love trash talk,
Yeah.
but don't do it with 4 minutes left and you're up 13 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it from the beginning, dude. That is like my biggest thing with basketball in general is like, especially the NBA. Like they've made it so family friendly. Like I'm not saying these guys should kill each other, but like that's what the game is missing is the trash talk. Dude, I asked my wife a month ago when the Nets played the Sixers and they were teeing up everybody for little shit, and I asked my wife, I was like, would you watch the game if it was like more like guys in their face and like more physical? And she said, yeah, it's way more fun. And this is somebody who doesn't watch
100%.
basketball.
100% is more fun. There's way too much friendliness in
And it's not even
sports
so
as a
much
whole, but
friendliness.
like basketball.
That's part of it.
Yeah, basketball's a whole nother level, though.
Of course, no, I understand. I'm talking about basketball specifically, though. Like even like in every sport, the umpires, refs, they have an ego that they are higher than everybody else. They're higher than these guys who make $200 million. Like, and they love the fact it's a power trip. That's really what it is.
We didn't even talk about. Sorry to cut you off. We didn't even talk about the JT ejection. That
Yeah,
was fucking crazy. Like,
That happened on the 100th episode that day.
was it that day?
Yeah,
That's funny. Yeah.
but it's like a power trip, and like I don't know. I think that's really ruined the game a lot.
Well, Dylan Brooks is somebody. I mean, say what you want about him. That dude looks like he's in a fight almost every game.
Yeah,
Like
but again, like I have issues with that too because this guy has done nothing. Memphis has done nothing, and they talk like they're the Golden State Warriors, like they're a dynasty. Like,
But you just said you like that. You like
no,
the
I
talk.
do, but I love hating them. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love that I hate.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's
Right,
bad guys of sports.
of course.
Yeah.
Did you guys see what Tampa Bay hung in their stadium?
I did. Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah,
Tom?
I did see that.
I don't
They
think
said
so.
they hung a up next to their banners, up in their rafters, a 2022 AL wild card banner. Like, can
I
you
mean, that's
imagine?
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like you have nothing else to talk about than a wild card.
Well, like that's the only thing they have except an appearance in the World Series,
Yeah, but what was that?
2008
2008.
No, they were in the World Series 2021, right, or 2020? They
or
were
2020. Was it 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost.
Two. Yeah,
They
two World Series appearances.
I mean, that's an embarrassing pattern.
I know.
When are they going back?
When there's 3 wild cards now, like it's not like you're the only one wild card that got in, or
Right.
it was one team that got in. You're one of three.
Isn't maybe it's not so much like this anymore, but like isn't Florida or wasn't Florida like a really big place to like scout and like a lot of talent came from Florida. That like you think their teams would be more. I don't know.
Well,
people
that's
would like
the
their
problem
teams
with
more. I don't
Tampa
know.
and Miami is they draft really well,
Yeah.
but they don't pay anybody. I'm
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
He's
about
talking
like
about the state.
interest in general. I'm talking about like interest in Florida. Like their stadiums are always empty.
Well,
But like I would think baseball is a very popular sport down there, and
Yeah,
nobody goes to any games.
but I think in a lot of spots like Miami, there's a lot of poor people that probably can't afford to go to games or are interested in going to games. I guess Tampa, the average age is
Miami's
65.
a rich area, isn't Miami rich?
It's like
Miami.
Florida. It's like any other
Yeah.
huge metropolitan city.
And then Tampa, it's like the average age is like 60.
Sure,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
They're planning, they're picking out their caskets. So like,
Oh Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! All right.
no, I'm just kidding.
We got to go dark at least once an episode.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Game is over. Phillies lost. So 0-4 to start the season.
I think
Anything
they
else
win the
in
next two.
Yeah, hopefully. Who knows?
I don't even know who's pitching tomorrow. Who's pitching tomorrow?
That's a good question.
They know.
Kid from that came from the Yankees. What was his name? Long hair, Matt Strom.
Oh, Strom, yeah.
Oh, the Red Sox. Yeah.
Yeah,
Red
that
Sox,
sucks.
Red
Yeah. Yeah, but it's Strom tomorrow. And then Nola back on Wednesday.
All right.
Wheeler,
1 o'clock
Oh.
game on Wednesday, too.
business
time?
special.
On Wednesday, 1:05 against the Yanks.
Which is weird because you would think that because they played Sunday Night Baseball and had to fly to New York. I guess not. I would have thought today would have been a day or an off day,
Yeah.
but I guess not. I don't know.
And
I
then
don't know.
Thursday, home opener against the Reds, 3:05.
Maybe the Phillies are waiting for my son to be born.
Maybe.
Start winning.
Either-
Yeah.
That's what they're waiting for.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, listen, for the sake of the Phillies, tell her process to kind of get rolling here. You know what I mean? Back to the Sixers. Anything else you guys want to talk about Sixers-wise? There really isn't much. Like, that's the thing. We know they're a playoff team. You're just waiting to get into the playoffs, and then we'll break down Sixers talk when they get there.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like they're like the total opposite of the Flyers. Where like I know the Flyers suck, and I just wait until the offseason. I'm just waiting until Sixers playoff
I
basketball.
mean, that's when it really matters.
The offseason, yeah.
yeah, they got 4 games left. It's a tough stretch, but
Who do they got? Boston.
they got Boston, Miami, and then they go to Atlanta and Brooklyn.
Right now, they're set up to play Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn, yeah, I think they're either going to play. If they stay in the 3 seed, they're either going to play Brooklyn or New York. One of the New York teams, I think they're going to play.
I'm surprised the Nets are like still in a playoff spot. They've had
They got a decent team.
Yeah, they
a
do.
disastrous season. I feel like I don't know.
No. Dude,
Did you
Bridges
guys-
is a really good player.
Yeah.
Yep. The Sixers messed up there.
Yep.
Literally, his mom worked for the Sixers.
Well,
Yep.
did you see the story that just came out with that?
no.
Or I saw it somewhere. Apparently, like this dude had like a source where, they were a guy that worked for the Sixers told somebody that apparently, and again, this is just shit I read on the internet. We know everything's true on the internet. That they were lining up to try to get LeBron.
The Sixers?
Yeah, because he took an interview or he took a conference or whatever.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, remember his kid was checking out Malvern,
Yep.
which was totally fucking fake. But
Now you're gonna make Chris
apparently
upset,
they were
right?
lining up to have talks with LeBron and like hopes that maybe he could come here. And thank God he didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to root for him.
Yeah,
You would, though.
I would.
Yeah, you would.
You don't
I
know
don't
me.
like
I'm a
would-
I'm a
I
petty
would
I'm a
too.
petty motherfucker. I wouldn't.
listen, I don't think Mike would because he's not that big. He's not like a big Sixers fan at all.
Right.
So I absolutely sit here and say how much I dislike the player. But I would
even the person,
absolutely
even the
be rooting for
person's kind of. I'm cool. I'm good with
I don't. It does. He doesn't bother me personally, like as the person. But
it. Yeah. This is the second LeBron reference this episode. We gotta stop.
too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, we
Yep.
haven't brought up in a while because we really haven't talking Sixers. You were way off on the firing of
Yeah, I was. I don't remember what date I said.
one Sixers coach.
Well,
You mean one? You gave us at least 4 this year.
Well, I'm sure I did, but
I think December 1st was your
it
first.
probably was
Yeah.
because they looked awful. And but I also said at the time like the Sixers were good enough to rattle 10 in a row off, and I think they did just that. Like they went on an absolute tear at one point.
And what's funny is you said December 1st, and what did he do when December came? He won Coach of the Month. At the end of
Coach of-
December.
Yeah, told me to shove it up my hoop is basically what he told me to do.
Shove it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What else you guys got? What do you guys want to talk about to wrap the show up? Anything fun?
Like I told you, I've just been watching a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of hockey. I'm still in hockey mode because I'm in the finals for my fantasy hockey league. So
Yeah.
I'm watching a lot of hockey recently. So
give us a roster.
okay, so what year? Give me a year.
2007.
2007. I think I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. The 2007 Seattle Mariners.
Oof.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't looked at the roster yet, so I don't know how easy or hard it is.
Ichiro.
Correct.
Yes.
Center fielder.
Dude, you know what's funny is didn't even think Ichiro.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that was a free space. 2007 Ichiro.
Mike
I'm not
Cameron.
gonna lie, you guys have no chance of getting this roster. I should
Oh,
probably
Mike
put him on.
Cameron. Yeah, that's a good one. Mike. That's a
n-
good one. Is Mike Cameron?
No,
He's definitely not on
No,
that
he's
one.
not. Absolutely not. This is a rough lineup.
How many wins they have? 50?
88.
Okay.
Finished second in the AL West.
I'll tell you one thing. In 2007, I was not watching a lot of Seattle Mariner games.
Raul Ibanez.
There you go.
Yes, left fielder.
Let's go. Was Felix there yet? Hernandez? It was like his third year, maybe.
He was, yes.
God, that team.
It's not a great. I mean, you have.
Was Adrian Beltre there?
Yep, third base.
I mean, we just rattled off like 4 great players, but their lineup sucks apparently.
Let me see catcher. Hold on, let me see if I could.
So wait. Who do we get so far? We've got Ichiro, Felix Hernandez, Beltre.
Yep,
And Raul
Beltre.
Ibanez.
Ibanez, yes.
3 of those 4 guys are Hall of Famers, but yeah, their roster stinks.
Fair enough.
And the other guy's a really good player.
All right, so their catcher. I don't know if do you guys want a hint at each position?
Sure.
I see, yeah, but it's up to Chris because he's
Sure.
much better at this than I am.
Of Asian descent.
The catcher, Kurt Suzuki.
Kurt Suzuki.
Nope.
Oh, I was a little racist.
No guess, huh?
Who else did he play for?
He played 4 seasons in the major leagues, all with Seattle, from 06 to 09.
Yeah.
Give up on the catcher. What the fuck is happening there?
Maybe no.
What do we got, Mike?
Kenji Yohima? I don't even know if I said that right. Johima? Jojima? I don't know. That's true. He's Asian, not Spanish. Why am I, making that sound like a Spanish name?
Jojima.
All right, first base. Let's move to first base now. You know the name, I feel like.
John Ogerow?
No. Played for Cleveland, Milwaukee, Arizona, Seattle, and then finished his career in 2008 with the Yankees.
Giambi? No.
Not Ogerow?
No. Also played a little left field in his career. From Portland, Oregon, if that does anything to.
Oh yeah.
In
Who the hell played first base for the Yankees in 08? Can you name the teams again?
To share.
Cleveland, Milwaukee, Arizona, Seattle, Yankees.
How long did he play for Seattle?
From 05 to 08. And they got traded to the Yankees in 08 and only played 22 games for the Yankees.
We know this guy.
It's an obscure name, but I would be surprised if you didn't know his name. You probably know him more as a Milwaukee Brewer, if I had to guess.
Not Prince Fielder.
No. Two-time All-Star.
Oh,
He was 12th in MVP voting in 2003, 15th in MVP voting in 2005.
Todd Helton. No.
No. Do you give up on that name?
Yes.
Richie Sexson.
Ah.
All right.
All right.
I'm kind of upset with that one.
The second baseman is from Venezuela. Played with the Mariners from 04 to 2010. Then played for the Rockies, the Marlins, the Indians, and the White Sox. All 1 year with those 4 teams.
Oh, nice.
So spent most of his time with the Mariners from 04 to 2010. Venezuelan. This has been a disaster to get you guys to.
This is bad.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Jose Lopez.
Okay.
All right. Now the shortstop. I think it was the shortstop.
Jose Iglesias.
Yep, shortstop. No, is from Cuba.
Sure. Yes.
Played for Seattle from 03 to 09. Then played for the Royals, the Brewers, the Royals again, and then the Brewers again. Interesting.
Escobar.
No, that's a good guess, but no.
How many years did he play for the Brewers?
Played for the Brewers once in 2011, then again in 2013.
And you said the Royals?
Played the Royals from 09, 2010, and then 2012.
Alberto Mondesi.
Nope.
Damn, I thought that might have been it.
Betancourt.
Betancourt, yes.
Let's
There you
go.
Got it. All right, let's move along to third
If it was
base.
Alberto Mondesi, I probably would have like.
Mondesi wasn't in the league in like 05, was he?
Yeah, wasn't he?
Senior?
father.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The
I thought
father.
you meant like the current.
No.
No.
What's he? 48 years old? Like what's going on? You got Adrian Beltre, you got Ibanez, you got Suzuki. All right, so right fielder is Dominican.
Was Suzuki not in right field?
No,
Interesting.
this guy played for 14 years for a shitload of teams.
Wow.
Played for the Pirates, then the Devil Rays, then the Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Athletics, the Angels, Washington, Seattle,
The Tiger?
Kansas City, and San Francisco to finish his career in 2010.
No clue.
Nope.
Played for a shitload of teams. Jose Guillen.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I would have never gotten that, but that's definitely a name I haven't heard since probably 2010. So,
Their DH is Puerto Rican.
ah, shit. Forgot about the position.
Played for, here's a fun one, the Montreal Expos from 97 to 2004. Then, well, still, I mean,
That's when they went away.
yeah, I was going to say, then 05, 06, played for the Nationals. So he was with that organization up till 06. Then played the final 2 years of his career in 07, 08 with the Seattle Mariners. Jose Vidro. You were never going to get that. All right, moving on.
That's another name.
Yeah. I don't even know if we should finish this. I'm gonna say this guy played for the Angels from 98 to 04.
What's this,
I'm
a
sorry,
pitcher?
to 05. Yeah, pitcher. 98 to 05 with the Angels, then 06 to 09 with the Mariners, and then finished up his career in 09 with the
Jared
Tigers.
Weaver.
No. But you're kind of close with the first name.
Oh, Jeff Weaver.
No. It's kind
Jared.
Jared. No. Jared.
From Subway.
No, he's canceled, isn't he? we don't bring up that name here.
Jared.
Jared Washburn.
Yes, correct.
We're doing great, guys.
Yeah. This is. We got to finish on a high note. Give me another year.
All right. 2009.
Okay. I was gonna say
sorry.
11.
2009 or 11.
Doesn't matter.
Let's do 11.
All right, 2011. What team do I want? I feel like we can't do like the
Can we
easy
do the
ones.
Baltimore Orioles?
I no lie, I have Baltimore typed out on my computer right now. That is actually kind of funny.
Oh boy.
The 11 Baltimore
J.J. Hardy.
Orioles.
Brian Roberts.
Hold on. J.J. Hardy,
Brian
shortstop.
Roberts.
Brian Roberts, no.
Second base? No.
Nope.
Chris Davis? Crush Davis?
Nope.
Adam Jones.
Correct. Center field.
That's all we got.
Matt Wieters.
Correct. Catcher.
There we go. We get like two or three. We rip two or three.
Who was it?
Markakis?
No.
Oh, Marquez is a good guess. So what do we got so far? We got catcher Weavers. We got Adam Jones at center.
J.J. Hardy at short. Adam Jones at center. Oh, I'm sorry. You said Marquez. He is on here. Right field. Sorry, I missed him.
So we got right field.
You got
Roberts
right
was on the team.
Who?
He was probably
Brian
gone by
Robert.
then.
Brian Robert. No, I don't think. You know what? He has a. I don't know what that means. He might have got traded. He was 33 years old. He only played 39 games.
I wonder if he got injured that year. Because I know he went to the Yankees. I don't know when. Okay. So we have Wieters. We have J.J. Hardy. We
Marquez.
have Adam Jones and Markakis.
Correct.
I'm watching Matt Vierling right now. He's 2 for 2.
And Chris Davis wasn't there?
No, he played 31 games.
Okay.
Was Josh Hamilton on that team? Did he play for Baltimore?
No. Well, I don't remember if he did, but he's not on this roster.
Matt Vierling is like 2 for 3 right now.
Yeah, Vierling was there.
Yeah. Yep.
Baltimore. Who's their DH, Dom? I mean, Mike. Like
Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Easy Hall of Famer.
Jim Tomei.
No.
Oh, Tomei 13.
Better than Tomei.
Frank Thomas.
Nope. I actually don't even remember him on the Orioles, to be honest with you.
Who?
Played one season with Baltimore in 2011.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
I
This
I
guy.
don't know if Tomei or Frank Thomas ever played for the Orioles.
No.
Tomei did play for the Orioles.
Okay.
Did he? I don't even remember that. But no, this
Phillies
guy
did
is
it on the second half of the playoffs.
easy Hall of Famer. I'm pretty sure
He's not
in
in
the Hall of Fame. Is he? I'm pretty.
Can you give
he
us
probably is. Hold on. He is in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I was gonna say he's had to have been a lock.
Can you give us like some hints? If the answer is no.
I think he's gonna give it away. He's Dominican.
So it's the MLB.
I mean, do you want the teams he's played on? That'll give it away easy.
I guess not. Nelson Cruz now.
No, you guys are gonna go nuts for not knowing for not.
All right,
getting
just
these
give me
names.
a sec.
Was this his last? Was it?
Vlad, there you go. I knew you were gonna get it, Vlad.
Damn, Dom.
There you
Okay.
go. 'Cause it's hard to give a hint to Vlad without telling you. who it is.
Montreal and
Yeah, I
Vlad.
thought it was Angels.
All right, so then you did give Vlad. So you're still missing the first baseman, second baseman, third baseman, and left field.
All right, let's start with first baseman. Hints.
Machado. No, Machado didn't go to to like 13.
First baseman. Played for the Padres, the Marlins, the Cubs, the Braves, the Orioles, and the Pirates. But spent a lot of time mainly with the Marlins and the Cubs.
What years was he with the Cubs?
He was with
Derek
the Cubs.
Lee.
Yes.
Derek Lee
Yeah,
is correct.
thinking.
Yeah. Yep, with the Cubs from 04 to 2010. Yep. Derek Lee is correct.
He was a nice player.
I
Very
like.
nice player. Very nice
Stay
player.
healthy.
All right, so the second baseman played with Florida from 05
Juan
to
Uribe.
08. No. And then Baltimore 09 to 2012.
Dan Ugla.
No, finished his career in 2013 with the Marlins. I'm sorry, with the Mariners. And then I lied. And then he played one more year with the Marlins in 2016. He had a few years off.
Beckencourt.
No.
Or what was his name? Bonifacio. Or
No.
Emilio Bonifacio.
yeah.
No. No, this guy was born in Miami, Florida. If that helps.
Again,
It
Bonifacio.
Do you guys give up on this name? This is not going the way you guys intended it
Yes.
to. Robert Andino.
I was imagine it'd be Brian Roberts.
Yeah. I'm like, I said Brian Robert.
Yeah. All right. Third base. This is a name you should get, I would think. Played with the Diamondbacks from 07 to 2010. Played with the Orioles from 11 to 12. Played for Cleveland in 13, Yankees in 13, Milwaukee in 14, St. Louis in 15, Colorado in 16 and 17, Washington in 2018, and then played in 2019 for
Mark
Colorado.
Reynolds.
It is Mark Reynolds, correct. Played with a shitload of teams.
He was actually a good player, too.
Yeah, I'm surprised a guy like that jumped around as quick as he did, or as much as he did, I guess I should say. All right, then the left fielder. Played with Baltimore from 09 to 2013. Then in 2014, he played with the for Toronto, the Diamondbacks, and then the Orioles again in 15-16.
Is it an everyday name?
Young?
No,
Michael Young? No, or not.
no. No, I don't think you'll get it. His first name shares the same first name as the former Flyers number 2 overall pick that was an absolute bust.
Nolan.
Nolan is correct.
Nolan Ryan. Did he come back and play left field?
No, no.
Nolan Reimold.
Yes, there you
Nolan Arenado.
Reimold. No, not Arenado. All right.
Speaking of
let's-
former Phillies, like we did earlier, like it just came up. I'm watching the Angels Seattle. JP Crawford
okay.
is up. Just saying.
Oh, Hop's in that game too. I don't know if he's starting, but
Yeah.
all right, pitching. Do you guys want to do pitching or no?
Because it's
All right.
going so well.
It is going so well. All right, first pitcher played for with Cleveland from 04 to 06, Baltimore from 07 to 2011, Colorado in 2012, Royals from 12 to 15, and then played
Jeff
again
Grant.
with Washington in 2017. No guesses.
Not an idea.
Jeremy Guthrie.
Ah, okay.
All right. The next pitcher you should definitely get. Played with Baltimore from 11 to 2017 or 2018. Then played with the Yankees from 2018 to 2022.
Zach Britton.
Cortez.
Zach Britton is correct. Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
Cortez was on the Orioles. They were saying it tonight.
The third pitcher, you guys will definitely get this too, I feel like. Played from Baltimore from 2010 to 2013. Played with the Cubs from 2013 to 2017. Played with the Phillies from 2018 to 2020. Then played with the Cubs again in 2021 and the Padres
Smiley?
in 2021. No,
Jake the Snake.
it is Jake Arrieta.
Jake Arrieta.
Yep. All right, the fourth pitcher. I mean, good luck. Played with the Orioles from 08 to 2011, then the Reds from 2012 to 2014, the Tigers from 2015, and the Reds again in 2016. Alfredo Simone. I don't know if I even said that right, but yeah, I don't think you guys were gonna guess.
Was
it.
Jim Johnson on that team?
He was in the bullpen. Yes.
He was their closer, right?
No,
He became their closer at one point, I think.
he might have. Kevin Gregg was their closer this year.
So wait, Britton was a starter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yep.
we bombed tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're not even going to finish. I think we're going to have to just end the segment there.
Yeah.
How many wins did that team have?
Shit. What year was that? 2011? I forgot.
Yeah.
2011.
They had to be the worst
Close
team in
it
the East.
out.
That's actually not a terrible roster.
69 and 93.
Yeah.
All right, terrible.
Were they last in the division that year?
Yes, fifth. Yep. Yes, they were.
Vlad. What did Vlad bat that year, Mike?
258.
Let me see. What do you want? His average?
Yeah.
I just casually 290
Oh, really?
at
27
36
homers.
36 years old. Home run? Nah, way under. 13 home runs.
83 RBIs.
63.
How many?
Wow.
How many? Was that his last year?
Yes.
Damn. To bat two, you said 290.
290. Yes.
He is such a great player.
Which was the lowest. His very first year, well, technically wasn't even his rookie year. He only played 9 games. He batted 185. You could throw that year out. Other than that year, 290 is the lowest batting average of his career.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Speaking of Vlad and the Angels, when I went to the Angel Stadium last year, there are like 4 players that like they have in their history that are actually like pretty good, and 2 of them currently play. So they have them literally all over the park. Like it's literally
Vlad?
Nolan Ryan, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and Vlad. They just like pictures, and it's pretty cool.
No Troy Glaus.
Probably, but they were like the 4 that like were like essentially like all over the murals and like shit like that. It was pretty cool to see, but like
Didn't the Angels won the World Series what in
05.
05, yeah.
No. I'm sorry. There were 5 players. I forgot about the dude that's in the Adam Sandler Christmas song, Rod Carew.
Yeah.
He's on the murals too. They won in 02, I think.
02.
Yeah, something like
Troy
that.
Glaus.
Yeah.
Jim Edmonds.
Yes.
You guys ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, we did have one piece of news to announce. So obviously, back in November, we started the Phired Up Podcast Network. We have a great team of podcasts on our network that we're really happy with. And officially, I can announce it. We have added Philly Sports Love and Pain to the lineup. I discovered their podcast last week or 2 weeks ago. Listened to it, and I loved it. I thought it had a great sound. I thought the guys were funny. Shit, they went on like a 20-minute rant about sports personalities in Philadelphia, talking about WIP and the Fanatic, and it was really funny. 2 funny guys. They're officially on the lineup. Got to get things kind of worked out on the website side of it, but they're in. Super excited to have them on board the Phired Up Podcast Network.
Yes.
So go check them out.
I do not listen to much sports content podcast wise, but I thoroughly enjoyed listening to their stuff, and I'm gonna continue listening to it. So definitely excited to have them on board.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No.
No, you guys look at me like I have
let's
7
fucking
heads.
figure out this pitching situation. Let's hit some homers and get back on track. That's all I gotta say.
I agree. Good words to live by. We will be back next Monday. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Phired Up Sports. Check out firedupsports.com as well. Check out Manscaped, code Phired Up to save 20% off and free shipping. And then the SeatGeek code, $20 off your first purchase with the code Phired Up Sports. We're going to get out of here. We will see everybody next Monday. See you then.
Possibly.